Hi, welcome to the Industry Astrology full moon forecast for this September of 2024, a lunar eclipse. The moon is waxing, the energy is increasing. We've entered the eclipse portal where things are turning up in intensity. How are you feeling? The moon is waxing, and on September 17th, between 7:12 p.m. and 8:15 p.m. Pacific time, the moon will cross behind the shadow of the earth and then begin to wane again. Excited, maybe nervous, increased emotions, increased intensity of situations. Maybe you're being faced with a decision or a realization of some kind. Lunar eclipses bring in big turning points, plot twists, changes. They shake things up. They shine a light into the shadow realm. This full moon is not a total lunar eclipse, it is penumbral lunar eclipse. So it doesn't have the same dramatic appearance as a lunar eclipse that turns the deep, darkish red kind of color, brown. But it is still visible slightly. It's a different shade of light that is going to be visible throughout the US, and it is deep in impact as well. Eclipses are powerful times where things may seem raw or exciting as well. There could be opportunities coming forward that push you into unknown territory. But it can also feel uncomfortable. And that's part of the nature of Rahu. The energy of Rahu is creating this eclipse. Lunar eclipses can feel exhilarating, especially if it's opening opportunities for you to step into new, uncharted territories. Or perhaps it's also opening fear around that too, or anxiety, maybe opening up the past as well, which is sometimes what eclipses need to bring. Particularly, we're entering into the last quarter of the year. Here we're passing the equinox just right after this lunar eclipse. So this part of the seasons in the Vedic calendar, this deep part of the Dakshinayana, brings the spirit world closer to us. And so this lunar eclipse does ignite a lot of important holidays that will move into October and November. The first one coming up is called Pitru Paksha, the fortnight of the ancestors. So as the moon wanes, as we go towards the solar eclipse in October, there is a thinning of the veil. People that have gone to the other side can be more close to us now. And it's a time for honoring their lives. It's a time for making offerings and also letting go of patterns that you may have inherited from them. So it's a lot of deep work that can happen now in this eclipse season. We're going to be in between eclipses for the next 2 weeks. The lunar eclipse is in Purva Bhadrapada. Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. It's a very transformative area of the sky. We've been having these eclipses in Pisces and Virgo since last year. And Purva Bhadrapada is one of the last constellations in the whole zodiac. Purva Bhadrapada is one of two nakshatras, Purva Bhadrapada and Uttara Bhadrapada. The Bhadrapada symbolize the blessed feet of the Guru, this idea of humility, of spiritual renunciation and acceptance. They are also symbolized by the fire of the cremation pyre at the end of life. So these flames of transformation, this purification process that happens through life, through the cycles that we move through. It's said that inside of Purva Bhadrapada is a naga, like a kundalini snake, the light, the Shakti of life itself that breathes fire, this fire of purification, and allows our spirits to continually evolve and ultimately transcend and be liberated from this world. So the question may be for yourself right now is, what do you want to be liberated from? Or what do you want to honor about your past, or perhaps your ancestors as well? And how you can bring in the wisdom of life itself, the core wisdom that comes from deep within you. What's important? What's of lasting value? The next lunation we will have is going to be a solar eclipse on October 2nd. And this one is a total solar eclipse. It is a very powerful one that will be igniting the sacred holiday of Navaratri. Navaratri is the 9 nights of the goddess, when we can invoke the power of the Divine Mother to come into our lives, to come into our homes. And so this year I've decided to create a small group of people who would like to journey with me through these nights. I'm going to be leading an invocation, a simple puja that you can do in your home to invite her in these nights. We're going to be doing some meditation and japa together, some mantra practice for her. And also I decided to add in some tarot readings that will be done live for the group. So there will be 3 nights we're going to be meeting, plus a closing meeting. And we're going to be honoring in these nights the Trinity of Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. And also, you will have access to the Navadurga cauldron that I did in the previous year, which goes deeper into the 9 forms of the goddess for each night. In that, you're going to have access to all of my previous classes, including the last eclipse horoscope that was pre-recorded, guided meditations, journaling exercises, and also included is a horoscope for Jupiter, because Jupiter will be turning retrograde during Navaratri. So there's a turnaround in this time that's very important as well. Okay, so let's just take a look at what the tarot cards have to say about this lunar eclipse in Purva Bhadrapada. So the first card that came through is the 6 of Wands. We actually have 2 6s here, which is, it's very auspicious to get 2 numbers. And 6 is the number of the goddess, of Venus, of the Devi. So Venus has been in her sign of debilitation with Ketu since it looks like August 24th. But the day after this eclipse, she is transiting out of Virgo and moving into Libra. There can be challenges or self-doubts while Venus is in Virgo. But her movement into Libra is an auspicious kind of breakthrough, and it happens right after the lunar eclipse. Also, the 4 of Coins came. Eclipse season can challenge our boundaries of what we think is possible or what we feel comfortable with. And understanding it's okay to say no also to certain situations. 4 is actually a number of Rahu as well, which is the instigator, the head of the snake that is eating the light of the moon on this lunar eclipse. But also there's something about the 4 of Coins also that reminds me of our ancestral heritage, the home, the land that we originally came from, our root chakra. During the Pitru Paksha, this is a time to connect with that. If you have pictures, making an altar of those who have crossed over. And then finally, the 6 of Coins. There's something quite positive about this shift of Venus, I think, not only for relationships, but it could also be financial. And this lunar eclipse, although it can feel anxious or emotional, it is also an opportunity for positive change. So, yeah, we need to change in order to improve. Connect with your guides. Connect with your ancestral spirits, those that have crossed over, those that watch over you. A portal is opening, a gateway to come back to your sense of power, to give victory over Rahu and Shumba Nishumba coming in Navaratri, and to bring the blessings of Lakshmi down as well for success and prosperity to be coming into your life, whether that be monetary or material, spiritual, or in the realm of love and relationships. Now is the time to connect to your source, your inner light, your power. Okay, well, thanks so much for coming to the Anandastri Astrology Full Moon Lunar Eclipse forecast. I do offer one-on-one readings on Zoom. You can book with me on anandastrology.com. I also have a newsletter. If you haven't signed up for it, be sure to do that. It's free. You can also calculate your nakshatra, your birth star, on my website when you sign up. And check out my upcoming Navaratri Cauldron for 2024. Remember, all previous members get a discount. And I will see you soon on the upcoming new moon solar eclipse. Take care.